Hello and welcome to a game of Dota 2. We have got ourselves a good game, or at least that's what my hope is, and that's what my expectations is as well, because Empire versus Na'Vi. That is gonna be our match right now, and we are gonna see them in one game. Now, before we see anything more, and they're taking ages about this ban anyways, I mean, Na'Vi actually went into bonus time to ban out the Venomancer, the hero that we haven't seen in ages. I've seen ignored actually quite a few times. Hiccup, sorry. Well, before we do anything else, we're looking at the scores. So Na'Vi have only played 4 games this season, which is really not that much. Now, they have got 1 loss, but it's up against Alliance. And in a season like this, the top 4 makes it on. You're allowed to lose a few games, and if you are going to lose games, I mean, you know that you have to also go up against the higher profile teams. And I mean, Na'Vi, Alliance, Fnatic, and even Sigma and Empire as well, I would say. Those are kind of the teams that you have to really try and beat, and also of course have to really try and win against. But if you don't, it's not the end of the world as long as you win against other teams. Na'Vi, they've won 3, lost 1 against Alliance, that is. On the other side, Empire, they've already played 10 games. That's right, 10, and they haven't even faced Na'Vi yet. And I believe they haven't faced Alliance yet either. So, I mean, they still have a lot of tough teams to take. And with already 4 losses, their chances of actually making it to the playoffs are very low at the moment. We'll see if they can win every game from this point onward. But it's not only up to them at that point. I mean, it's also up until making sure that, you know, other teams might lose their games, so that other teams also have 4 losses or even more if possible. But Empire, they really kind of need to win this if they want us to have a chance to make to the playoffs. In the meantime, we have got ourselves out of the banning phase. So after that Venomancer ban, it was Empire that actually banned out Puppy's Enchantress. And Na'Vi banned out the Visage, Vanscore Visage. Not a funny thing if you're playing against it. And the OD was the last ban for Empire, so that means that Elder Titan actually makes it through. And not just that, but also the Alchemist made it through. And the Pugna, I'm also gonna say her. Mirana making it through. She got picked up. I mean, that's kinda expected, I'd say. As in that she makes it through, not that she gets picked up this early, but yeah, Mirana, Crystal Main, all heroes that we see very early on lately, and I have to say, I'm like, okay, so Elder Titan is a very strong hero, you know,
10 seconds remaining.
That's given. He is strong, but I'm actually starting to dislike the hero slightly. Because he's not really promoting a more aggressive playstyle. Yes, he can punch people, and he can punch them hard too. And especially if he's dual laning against someone, he actually gets the freedom to punch someone. But I am more happy with Empire's draft, because an Alchemist and a Mirana, 2 heroes that just scream activity on the map. Arrows, I'm hoping that the Alchemist will be a support Alchemist. Silent Alchemist, I mean, he does play it. But I'm just hoping that it's not going to be him. It's going to be a support, and then a Mirana by Mag, or a Mirana by Resolution even. That would be something. I don't think he plays that hero though. But yes, I would like to see some action coming out from these. We'll see though. We'll see. We've got the Crystal Maiden also for Na'Vi. Na'Vi have got a very safe draft. Well, Empire, their draft is very safe in terms of, you know, heroes that are otherwise probably banned out, but they are very aggressive. And they need to be, like, something needs to be done with them. You can't just hold back and farm up. Well, maybe you can if you're an alchemist, but you know what I mean. On the side of Na'Vi, we have them banning out a Clockwork as well as a Doom. We've seen Empire pick up Doom quite often, and as well as Mag's Clockwork is not a joke. So ban out 2 strong controlling heroes, because that's what they are. You've got the Cogs just messing up the control of the enemy team of a team fight, and you've got the Doom on itself, the Doom, of course, the spell that is removed from the pool. Empire ban out some mid heroes with the Puck. I am kind of expecting them to start preparing for the matchup that's going to be a Resolution. That's going to be the one that Resolution is getting. And I don't want to be having that Silence. Now, there's still a Storm in the pool. And you know what? You know which hero is still in the pool that Na'Vi is probably very likely to pick up? Lifestealer. Still in the pool. I wouldn't be surprised if they pick that up. Give that to Havost and, you know, just have them a game with that. Why not? As I will, by the way, find out if Lacoste is actually Lacoste, or if this is a Vost, because That's the only one that I'm not entirely sure of at the moment, but we'll find out once the game is actually on the way. Shadow Demon picked up by Empire. Now, I mentioned just now that I like their draft. I'm kind of starting to dislike it. I mean, Bane was still in the pool. He's a more aggressive hero than a Shadow Demon would be, and he fulfills the same purpose. Setting something up. Setting up an arrow. Setting up an unstable concoction. Buying time for that Alchemist to charge up his stun and land it. Buying time for Morana to get the perfect positioning and a long-range arrow in as well. So, that's going to be something that I'm kind of disappointed about, that the Bane isn't there, but Shadow Demon is still, it's still a great combination. It's just a bit more defensive. And Na'Vi, I mean, if they want to, they can pick up the Bane. I guess, I mean, the reason for picking up the Bane in this case, that if you are going to get disrupted, or if your enemy is going to get disrupted, or your allies rather, then you can get that Nightmare off before you can, before the enemy arrow hits, for example. Something like that. I'm not really expecting Na'Vi to do that, though. Now with the Crystal Maiden already picked up, they already have a disable. Kinda still thinking there's still space to have that Chen picked up. It depends on how much aggression they are expecting from Empire early on. As we've seen, the teams that have most early game aggression, that actually works out. I mean, that has to be said. The rotations that are being done have to create kills. And I just got word from G Advance, who of course, as you might have noticed, is not here right now. But he ran late, and he had a good reason to. Because he was looking after kids. Well, if there is, you know, good reason to be late, you either you should have saved a puppy from a fire or something. You know, that's very noble, very brave. Or you were looking after kids. It's good. Well, we will see him in the next game then. Oh wow, that totally reminds me that I still am to introduce to you the person that is here, but that you haven't seen yet, that you haven't heard yet, and that you won't hear, won't see. It is my stats man. That's right, Nahaz is in the game here, and he will be providing us with all the in-game stats that we've ever wanted to know. And that way support this broadcast by giving you all that extra information. So we have a Treant picked up by Na'Vi, and yes, if this is indeed, the chat points it out, because I mentioned Lifestealer earlier on, but Lifestealer is an Avos hero, and if Avos isn't there, if this is actually Lacoste, then that's going to be not really needing for a Lifestealer anymore. By the way, for people that are unaware, Lacoste is actually a player that was quite big about a year and a half ago, and in a competitive scene that was. He has not played competitive for a while though, but I'm expecting, you know, you don't kind of unlearn the map presence. And as one of my co-casters at some point said, like, if you're gonna have yourself a stand-in, you better put him in one of the roles that is fairly safe to put him on. Like, if you put him on a support combination, you need so much synergy, and if you're not used to playing together, well, that's going to be an issue. But if you put him on an off lane, that's basically a solo lane. Solo mid, same story, might be needing a bit more coordination with support, but off lane normally is like a separate part of the game. Or on a carry, because all you need to do is be able to last hit creeps. Well, I know that Lacoste can do that, so that's going to be Luna for him, I would assume. Treant Protector, the next pickup for Na'Vi. I have to say I'm quite surprised by that pickup, because he did get a big nerf. But if they feel like they can keep their heroes safe, which actually, I mean, their heroes are kind of screaming safety right now, then I don't think there's going to be too much issue with the Treant Protector. He'll get his levels. He'll get them. One more hero needed. It's the mid hero for both teams now with the puck, or at least I'm taking that back, because mid hero for Empire seems to be either the Morana or the Nyx Assassin or the Alchemist. I mean, we can have Morana on the off lane, Alchemist on the safe lane, and then the Nyx Assassin and Shadow Demon supports, obviously. And then still mid-hero needed, but I wasn't really expecting that. We'll see though. Empire, they've got a lot of time left in the bonus time. Well, 41 seconds. It's at least double the amount of seconds that Na'Vi still have left. They'll end up going for an Enigma, so that's gonna be black holes on the way. I like it. I like it a lot. The amount of control is quite big. And Na'Vi, they don't really have that many things that can interrupt that black hole. Because you've got yourself, of course, the Lucent Beam, which is great, but Luna normally will be one of the heroes, one of the targeted heroes to get in that black hole. Crystal Maiden, she has a disable. Her Frostbite might be able to do it as well. But overall, I mean, she normally throws it out earlier on in the game. This way, Na'Vi is going to be forced to save that Frostbite until that Enigma goes for the black hole. And she's also, of course, one that you want to then have in the black hole. And if there's only 2 people that can actually, you know, interrupt an Enigma, I'm going to expect that the last pick is going to be also catered towards that one when someone with a disable. And actually, Dragonite's still in the pool. If they want to go, I mean, they're gonna go safe anyway, so why not just pick up a Dragonite and just... Denny doesn't really like to play that all that much though, and this is gonna be interesting because we're gonna have a Nature's Prophet picked up. That means that this Elder Titan is not gonna be played by Phonic. We actually have an Elder Titan played by Dendy, and Phonic is gonna pick up the Luna, which means that Lacoste is playing a Nature's Prophet. And, well, you know, I mentioned earlier that if you want to have your stand-in on a solid hero, you need to have some, like, a support combination doesn't really work out. Perhaps, well, Lacoste used to play, like, it's such a long time ago for me, and I wasn't really into the Dota scene when Lacoste was really big. But, well, maybe it's just my mind playing tricks on me. Oh, I love this set. You know that you cannot buy this set separately, but I really wanted to have the headpiece. This headpiece is the bomb. The rest, you know, it's fine. It's a nice staff. It's a nice cloak with all these feathers. But the headpiece is the one that's really cool. Nice hair too. Yeah, I like that. Anyways, let's take a look at who is playing what here and who's going where to. Without speculating about it, let's just, you know, let the players tell the story, because obviously they would know better than I would. Taking a look at Na'Vi, we have got ourselves Puppy. They swapped because Puppy actually picked up or did he swap? No, he picked up the Train Protector anyway. Never mind. He is playing the Train Protector. As you can see, he's got a lot of gold still in his inventory, but he's just taking the time to ward as fast as possible, so he's not going to get scouted out by Empire. In the meantime, we've got ourselves Luna, played by Phonic. He'll be going what it looks like on an aggressive duo lane, or maybe even tri-lane. I'm thinking duo lane because a Train Protector doesn't really need to be on a lane that much to be able to help out with his living armor, but it's very long cooldown level 1, so I'm kind of curious to see where they're gonna go. Looks like the rotation is in, and Phonic is actually gonna rotate towards the bottom lane. We've got Dendy playing the Elder Titan. He'll be on the mid lane. I don't think it's any surprise that Dendy is actually on the mid lane. For me, it's kind of interesting that he is playing the Elder Titan, though. Will be a fun lane to watch. Looks like he's up against an Alchemist. On the off lane, we will see Lacoste playing the Nature's Prophet, and that means indeed that Havos is not here, and Lacoste will take on his role. Well, his role in terms of the number 3 position in this case. He'll take down the Nature's Prophet. Phonic taking on the number 1 position, or 1 position. Yeah. Last but not least is of course Kuroki. He's called Gohan, but he is the Crystal Maiden. And that is everybody on the side of Na'Vi, who are then of course playing with 1 stand, and we'll see if they have the same kind of strength that they have if they are with their full lineup. We've got Resolution, the mid player of Empire. He'll be, wow, are they gonna go for this? Are they gonna be able to get this? No, the disruption was there, but the follow-up wasn't really there. Not, like, that's what that brilliant thing is about the Nature's Prophet here up against this lane. He can, with his Treyans, always attempt to block that arrow. He can just make sure that Silent cannot do anything here. So that means Silent is gonna be playing the Mirana. Vanscore on the Shadow Demon, looking for disruption and arrow combinations, but again, those Treyans will be the saving grace of Lacoste. We're gonna see Resolution playing the Alchemist, as mentioned. We are gonna see the Enigma by Always Wanna Fly. Empire, they have actually picked the Enigma more than average, I'd say, compared to other teams, and they always have Always Wanna Fly playing that Enigma. It's a very nice Enigma to watch as well. Well, they're hoping that he can get some pretty black holes off, and of course last, it's gonna be Mag. He is on the Nyx Assassin on the offlane. It's been a while since I've seen the Nyx Assassin offlane. Actually, it was the retry that played it last time I casted it, I think, with PGG playing the Nyx Assassin, but we'll see how he does here up against Phonic, but I don't think he should be doing all that bad, especially not with Crystal Maiden actually being in the jungle and being roaming and farming there, together with Puppy, getting that experience going for them there. And in a way, I mean, they're of course trying to keep up with the farm that Always Wanna Fly is getting in the jungle. I don't think they can keep up. I mean, Always Wanna Fly will farm more than these 2 supports in the jungle. I really like that headpiece. Damn it, I wish they could sell it separately. Anyways, yeah, that Always Wanna Fly is going to be farming probably faster than the 2 supports of Na'Vi in the jungle, and that's the biggest difference that this game has. Especially if Vanscore is still going to get some farm here as well, at pulling and stacking as well. Then overall, like disregarding any lane differences, it should be Empire that gets slightly ahead on the farm. As Alchemist is actually charging up his stun resolution, just throwing it out. Just harassment. He has got a level 2 acid spray. He can use that to push the lane back with, and of course to keep room control with. Because that's going to be the biggest thing in the mid lane here. Resolution, overall, he is like... These two heroes are both punching heroes, right? There's no doubt about that. And an acid spray, like who gets the room control? The one that with the acid spray does. Because he can force Dendi back, and he's actually going on him quite aggressively here, punching him away. Level 4 for Elder Titan, still sitting on 14-3 with resolution, 9 for 4, so he's not really getting ahead in terms of last hits. But he is harassing Dendi more than Dendi is harassing him. And he has got a double damage rune as well. We'll see though. Dendi can of course bottle crow this, as they do actually have a crow. A resolution with his bottle as well. Not really needed to bottle crow if he can keep that room control, which means that the career is actually left free for jungle heroes like Enigma, who now has a soul ring, so that's gonna put him at a bit of a faster pace here in this jungle. Taking a look at the Nature's Prophet, now his job is not necessarily to get that much farm here on the top lane. His job is to make sure that it's not complete free farm for Silent. They can at least stop the combination from happening as well with the Shadow Demon and the Mirana, but most of all to just not give free farm to that Silent. And it's working out because he's 17 for 10, and it's definitely not bad in terms of last hits. But if you consider that they are having Mirana on the safe lane, she is definitely not up to speed with the amount of last hits that, that for example, the Luna has. Luna sitting on 23-15. And that's the way that it should be for a safe lane. And this is a complete safe lane as well. I mean, Nyx Assassin, he can try and get some experience, but kills... He's still a melee versus a ranged. And in the meantime, Nature's Prophet, he is going to be the first blood. The disruption came out, the arrow flew as well. They didn't need the rotation coming out from anybody else, as I actually thought that for a minute there that Enigma was going to come out. But no, they could take it. Could try to evade, or could successfully evade the Treants. And they get the kill with the Starstorm being at level 2. Nicely done for Empire. And with that, Nature's Prophet is probably gonna say goodbye to this top lane. Can't afford to give any more kills away. Even if it's not sure that they'll take it, but he just is gonna rotate into the jungle. And that also means that the amount of farm that the Crystal Maiden and the Treant Protector are getting in the jungle is gonna be diminished. Because, of course, Nature's Prophet is gonna take part of it. And Dendi punching Resolution a bit. Both teams, both sides punching each other, but Dendi sitting on 27-6, Resolution on 22-3, so difference in favor of Dendi, even if just by an inch. I mean, it's really not that big of a difference. The difference comes when we know that Resolution is actually, like the Alchemist overall, a hero that can do a lot more with his farm early on than what an Elder Titan can. Elder Titan needs his levels, yes. And that's where his strength comes from. He gets items, fair enough, but the strength comes from his levels. Level 8 is when he might start looking to try and make something happen here. But Resolution, once he has his phase boots, maybe also he has his phase boots actually with something else, maybe drums, maybe Shadow Blade. He can definitely start making something happen on the map as he actually gets himself another double damage rune. We've got Navi's Treant Protector level 4, means level 2 on the living armor. 26-second cooldown still on the living armor itself though. That's a long cooldown there. And we do have our first support rotation smoke up combination. We've got our, well, support, I guess. Always Wanna Fly and Vanscore coming in. They've placed support, they are looking for Dendi. They've got the disruption to start things off with, and they will be able to get it. The stun being charged up for Resolution, should be able to get it off. That's gonna be Dendi getting some help, but it's gonna be too late. The Black Hole actually also catches the Crystal Maiden, and he'll get picked up as well. That's gonna be 2 kills going the way of Empire. It is 3-0 here in this game, and Empire getting a big boost in confidence as well as gold for this middle lane. Here all of a sudden, the Crystal Maiden TP not working out at all. Funix still of course free farming, he's still doing fine, but that was not good news. The living armor there couldn't save lives, as actually Treant Protector is forced to use living armor on himself with him getting punched, and he is not going to be able to use all the charges here actually, as in all the entire duration, because the charges get ticked off by the creep. So, well, I mean, he is level 5, he is getting level 3 now in living armor. I mean, he'll get there sooner or later. Oh, Funnick might be in some trouble. Resolution rotating with the double damage rune, looking for a stun, looking for the vision. Funnick tries to block the vision, but can't do it. Still gets stunned in the ward of the dire side. The Impale comes, and that will be getting the kill. 4-0 in favor of Empire. Mag, he'll be happy with that one because he now has level 6 off of that kill, and he can perhaps, well, he's close to mana boots, but he can rotate back to base and get mana there and start to rotate, or he can just wait until he has mana boost, because he is going to get some free farm here, considering that the Naga, or that the Luna is not here for a while. And just a Crystal Maiden level 4 waiting behind a tier 1 tower, pulling the wave back. At least Crystal Maiden gets some free farm, I guess. Free experience, more likely. Farm is not that important, but this Crystal Maiden needs her levels. It really does. Always want to fly. Saving the Invis rune for his teammate. Will be forced to take it because Dendi came around. And then he will get himself some treads. He is level 8, so he's got those 2 spells at level 4 waiting for something to be possible. I mean, an Elder Titan overall, he's more, at the early stages of the game, he's more of a reactive hero than anything else. So, he's not the one to just run into people and say, surprise, I'm gonna kill you, because he kinda can't. He needs that extra attack damage coming out from his Astral Spirit, and then he can go. So, in terms of being a more reactive hero, he is going to be the one that you want to try and kill off as Empire, and he'll send his spirit out and he'll try to run away. And the moment that his spirit comes back, or about to come back, he'll turn and burn, basically. So he'll start punching you and he'll hit like a truck. That's going to be his goal. But until then, he's not going to be the hero that looks to be aggressive, unless his teammates are with him. Unless he has some form of backup. As we actually have Mirana highest on the net worth. She went for treads. I'm very happy that we don't see Silent going for Hanamidas, because Mirana's, I mean, if you compare her to a Luna, this Mirana will not carry as hard as a Luna will. Like, there's no way she's gonna have the same amount of carry potential. And that's why she should be active early on. Seriously? No. That means now that part of her net worth is sitting in that Hanamidas, not able to be very effective, and I'm not sure about this. Silent, I'm just not sure about this. Means that they'll have to put more emphasis on resolution to be carrying through the mid game. And he actually picked himself up a vitality booster. Now we've seen quite a few heroes, quite a few players rather, going for the Rod of Athos lately. And for Vanguards early on. I'm hoping that it's a Vanguard rather than a Rod of Athos, but it's still not the most aggressive item that you can think of. It's more a defensive item. I get that indeed Vanguard can be used aggressive because it gives you a lot of early game boost that allows you to perhaps run at people more. But we'll see. Yes. Beautiful simplicity. This is Lacoste. We haven't really seen too much of him just yet, apart from him giving first blood and rotating into the jungle afterwards. We have a Moonlight Shadow coming out, by the way. They want to try and take down Denny. The disruption is going to be there. Always on a Fly is going to be backing up with a Black Hole. Malefice comes out first. He is going to have to go for Black Hole. And he actually catches Poppy in that as well. That should be both of these players dead. A double kill for Always Wanna Fly. Oh my hero, Empire. Making it happen, and Mirana having an impact on the game with that Moonlight Shadow, even though she's not there. Well, I mentioned Mirana not being the hardest carry, and that's still true. But if this game is not going to last long, then, well, she doesn't need to be a very hard carry. And with the Resolution and Always Wanna Fly, and of course Vanscore as well, and I mean, I'm not even talking about Nyx Assassin who's sitting around here with a Vendetta that he didn't even need. They have this mid-game under control with just the 4 of them, and they wouldn't need Mirana.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
In the meantime, on the top lane, Mirana leaping, or not even leaping away, just running away from Poppy and his Leech Seed. In the meantime, bottom lane has got some teleports. Funnick is going to get stunned up by Resolution here. Living Armor is going to try to help out. He does have his Eclipse. Perhaps he can try and turn this around, but the Impale comes. And Funnick will die. Resolution with another kill to his name. Na'Vi. I mean, on the bright side, they still have got that Luna, and even though she just died, she's still doing okay-ish. I say ish because she's still lower than all the cores on the side of Empire. But she needs to be able to fight soon. They need to be able to make something happen soon. This Nature's Prophet, he's still going for Hanamidas, no surprise, but also he is not going to be able to do anything until his Hanamidas starts paying off. Until he's got his next item. And Dandy with that Elder Titan, it's just not a hero that can do that much on his own. I guess maybe if there was a different hero mid instead of that Elder Titan, there would be something else possible for Na'Vi, because, I mean, for example, if you would have yourself a Storm Spirit or Queen of Pain, like, I mean, I'm actually not saying that those two heroes would be better than the Elder Titan, but in terms of type of heroes, just heroes that they can, heroes that can make a difference in the mid game, more of a difference than Elder Titan can. Elder Titan is great, don't get me wrong, but you need to be able to have your team to back you up, and he just doesn't have that right now. Not because they don't want to, but because they are just not that right level yet, not having the amount of farm yet. And we have got Empire constantly on the hunt. Mag, with his Vendetta, he has it again, and they have smoked up. Mag will be going first. If he just pops his Vendetta, he'll know where people are. There's 3 middle, though. If they want to fight this, they better be ready for it. With more than just 2, and they have actually got Enigma coming in from the side, and the Alchemist in the meantime running away from that bottom lane, taking a large beating, but not dying. Actually, it looks like he's gonna be having a casual vitality booster. Picked up the Ogre Club still, so might just still be a BKB as the first big item, I guess.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Seriously, he's buying everything right now. Well, some armor as well. I mean that just shouts Assault Cuirass, but this is a very weird item build, unless there's some kind of item that I'm completely forgetting about right now. We've got everybody of Na'Vi grouping up, by the way, and this might be their goal. If they can get themselves something going here, or at least get a tower that's not going to get denied, because that bottom tier 1 did get denied, they get themselves a bit of an edge. Stomp comes out, doesn't really do anything though, doesn't really stun anybody. In the meantime, it was Mirana that has taken down the tier 1 on the top lane, so that means that the towers are now, like, physical towers are 1 in favor of Empire, and on top of that, the tower that they have down on their own side, on Empire's side that is denied. So Empire, indeed, very far ahead, and we see that back in the gold grab as well. It's almost 7,500 gold in favor of Empire, with the same story going for the experience graph. I mean, it's 0-7. Na'Vi have not been able to get anything going just yet. Nothing has gone their way.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Another stomp come out. This one actually hits someone's wanna fly, but they can't really go in on it. They can't. Nice sentry ward placement though. I mean, they do need to know when that Nyx Assassin rotates in. Nyx Assassin, who is right now back on the bottom lane. Nobody coming in to defend just yet. Maybe Train Protector will, but he's not going to be he's not going to be able to by himself defend this tier 1 tower. And if he does think he can, well, he's just not aware that there is a Nyx Assassin around. Nyx Assassin does have his Vendetta. And Alchemist is actually starting to charge up the stun. Mag, he's gonna come in. Living Armor is gonna be there for a while. Actually, the nice overgrowth is there, but how much does it buy them? It just buys them some time. They do know that he's there by himself. He's gonna have to give up the tower. If he suicides for the night on the tower, by the way, it would be worth it. He's trying to save it. The Vendetta now comes out though, and Mag, he is gonna go for Puppy right here, leaving the tower alone. Puppy, he'll get stunned up as well. Resolution gets it. That's gonna be Puppy dead. Impale comes out, and the last punch goes to Resolution. The tower gets picked up by the creeps in the meantime on the middle lane. We do have the first kill going the way of Na'Vi. Middle lane? What am I saying middle lane for? Middle lane is where the action is happening right now, but it was the top lane that the Luna got herself a kill. Oh, the stun still hit. Crystal Maiden. Yep, you're dead. That's another kill for Resolution right there. In the meantime, Nyx Assassin still managed to deny this tier 1 mid. That means both of the towers on the side of Empire got denied. I mean, great that they got the Mirana here on the top lane. Walk too close to the Eclipse of the Luna. It's great for Funnick more than it's great for Na'Vi because, of course, I mean, they're still behind. But Funnick is at least able to make something happen soon, hopefully. He's starting to build towards a Yasha by the looks of it, seeming to forgo the black or the BKB at the moment, which the reason being the black hole. I mean, you're still going to get caught in that one even with your BKB. Oh, do they have detection? Come on, you can walk in there. You can try to steal the Aegis. No? No. And he's actually walking now past the sentry ward. They know he's there. Can't kill him though, he's too tanky. Gets a living armor as well, just in case. And that's a Blink Dagger Mag right now. Well, at least in his stash that is. But Mag, I mean, he's a support. He's not been able to do that much just yet. Or support, what am I saying? He was the offlaner, but he's not been able to do that much in terms of ganks, I feel. But that's because Na'Vi is playing so scared right now. And Mag, I mean, he hasn't died yet. He's been the offline Nyx Assassin that has been doing a nice job of getting farm. He is actually higher still on farm than the Nature's Prophet offlane that actually picked up a Hanamitis, and that says something. But Lacoste, with his Hanamidas, he's trying to get some items going for him. Looks like he's actually going for Necronomicon himself. As he gets a Sprout up on Silent, who just leaped away. He's still trying for the arrow. So, yeah, there's not going to be a teleport for him. It's still on cooldown. He can still throw out his ultimate, perhaps, before he dies. But die he shall. And actually, Vanscore, with the Demonic Purge, gets the last hit there. 1 to 10. Goldgraph still plummeting. Empire still doing very well here up against one of the giants here in this competition. Na'Vi. There's a Yasha ready for Funnick. I mean, in terms of late game, Na'Vi is not looking weak. Like, if you just take away the way this game is going right now, and you just look at the late game potential of these two teams, yeah, Na'Vi have got a pretty good shot at this. Their pushing power is there with the Nature's Prophet split push that is, and of course normal push as well with just the Luna there. Their team fight potential overall, even though there's a black hole on one side, there's a lot of interrupts, and actually they might just try to fight this one. The creep, Hamilton Dominator creep, scouts it out. They're trying to take the Ancient, so they kind of have to go in. In comes the Eclipse on Funnick. He already took an arrow. The Eclipse not going to be doing enough right there. Luna goes down first. The black hole used for Dandy alone. And that's going to be Dandy living through it all. Or can he actually stay alive? Demonic Purge will actually kill him off. The freezing field from Kuroki. It's a nice attempt, but it doesn't matter. He still was able to get them around, and with that as resolution, looks to find some more. Finds himself Lacoste, who is going to get punched to living armor. Might keep him safe. He is able to teleport himself out, but no. Not anymore, not this way, not now. Triple kill for Mag, and the Ancient stack will go the way of Empire. And that's going to be only one hero left alive. It is Puppy. The GG gets called. 18 minutes in, 19 minutes in, Na'Vi, they tap out. Empire will take this game in very convincing fashion. Empire victorious, and we will see Na'Vi again. We will see if they can get themselves a win up against Rock's Kiss, but this game, not theirs. Not at any point in this game could they call this game theirs. Well played to Empire, and of course, I mean, well, just well played to Empire. I don't know if like outdrafted, outplayed. I'd say even both. Outdrafted for sure. I think they lack the kind of aggression that they normally go for, and Na'Vi overall an aggressive team, but they didn't really draft for it, so couldn't really do it. Maybe it's because they had switched roles, so that Funnick was the one to take on the farming role with Havos not being there, and with Lacoste and being the Nature's Prophet, maybe not entirely used to that anymore. But well, that was the second game here today. Of the 5 games that we're going to see today, we are going to see ourselves another Na'Vi game after this one. As said, they will face Rock's Kiss. After that, we're going to have Alliance taking on Power Rangers, and then Power Rangers taking on Mouse Sports. So stick with us. We'll be right back. Well, I say us. Yes, we're us, because we're both Nahaz and me. But yes, stick with us. We'll be right back. The official starting time of the next game is going to be in about 20 minutes. And yes, I will be joined by G-Advance in our next game. So, oh, actually, I can change the overlay for that again. You know, just in case I forget otherwise. We are going to have ourselves the next game in about 20 minutes time. Might be starting earlier, but don't get your hopes up and just get yourself something to eat or drink or both. And we'll be right back with more games for StarLadder.